Hi friends, Steve Okino from History in the Hand. If you're joining us for the first time, I metal detect here in north central Pennsylvania, and I've been using LiDAR imaging to look at some old areas up here on the top of this mountain. There were very small coal mines up here in the mid and late 1800s. So today we're on a search. This is my initial time in. I brought my Simplex just to confirm whether what I have seen on the LiDAR maps are foundations or not. I brought my digging dog Mac with me. I invite you to join us. We're going to head into the woods right now, and I have an idea where what looks like foundations might be. So we're just going to look around today. It's hot, but there's not a breath of wind, and there's just the sound of wood thrushes up here on this back road. So come on along and let's see if we can find some spots where we might be able to find some history to hold right in our hand. Come on along. Okay, so my car is down there, and I walked up this road, which continues on this way. But according to this LiDAR map, my car is parked down there. I walked up here, and there is a crossroad, which is right here, and then it looks like it went this way along that stone wall right there. So if I go this way, it looks like a ways along this wagon road or logging road, and then on the left is where that foundation would be. And then if I go back this way along this stone row, it looks like there are a couple things over there as well. So, Mackie, you ready to find a foundation? All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is head over this way. Man, it is hard to believe that this was once open farm fields, but I can still see the rock walls. I mean, check out this big white pine behind me. Those trees weren't there. So we'll keep on looking, snooping around. It's a nice day, whether we find it or not. Well, Mac is right in the middle of the depression that LiDAR picked up. And I just started snooping around, and I've got a nice high tone right here. So let's see what might be here. Who knows what we've got here? What do you think, Mackie? Boy, we kind of have to keep moving today. The bugs are crazy. Lead. All right. That is a good sign. I'm not sure why. Okay. All right. So that is an old square nail and a chunk of lead. Old lead. Look how white that is. Wow. That's been in the ground a long time. So that's encouraging to me. That could mean that there was a house here. All right, we'll keep on looking. On to the next. That's interesting right there. That looks like the inside of a jug mouth. Oh my goodness. All right, we have found, looks like the blade of an axe. But this one is all mushroomed. So it could have been that this was a splitting wedge, because it looks like it had been pounded on quite a bit right there. It's all mushroomed out, but again, confirmation that we have found a place where people were. I'd like to come back in here with my grandson. Over here, I see what seems to be laid up stones right there and right there. So it looks like there might have been some kind of building here. I love it. There's more here than I actually saw on the map. It almost looks like this was a foundation right here where Mac is standing. So this is great. I'm pleased. Yeah, iron everywhere. So more than likely that's nails. These are telltale signs that people have been here. Stones piled. So my goodness, this is great. I think we found a foundation. Just looking for a couple more things here, and that might reveal what this building was. We have here what I would say is big iron. That was part of an old wrench that was adjustable. So that's pretty cool. All right, well, I think we have confirmed that this is worth coming back to. Such high tones. It makes it hard to walk away from an area, but like I say, I have several other sites that I would like to investigate up here today. So we'll keep moving on after I figure out what in the world this might be. Wow. Great big piece of a crock. Wow. That was a big one. There's what was making all the ruckus. A little coal shovel for a stove. The handle would have been out here, and the scoop of the shovel was that way, and they crimped it to bend the sides up. So that's neat. And so this is part of an old crock right there. Wow, nifty. Okay, I'm gonna leave this site. We're gonna go over on the other side of the road. All right, we're heading along a stone row that's visible on LiDAR, and down this way a little bit is where there are a couple other suspicious, I don't know, they're anomalies on the LiDAR imagery. They somehow don't look random, so that's why I'm gonna check them out. Now it could be that they were just kind of left over from coal exploration, always a possibility, but we will check it out and see what we can find. But I'm interested because I see stones piled there, and I see a clearing. That's kind of a giveaway, but I see old apple trees. And here in Pennsylvania, if you see old apple trees, there probably was a homestead nearby. Almost every homestead had apples. The topography is right. The climate is excellent. Elevation and soil types are good. So I think we're in the right area. Keep snooping around. In a perfect world, there would be a house foundation and a barn. But let's snoop around, see what we can find. Okay, I am pretty certain I have found the location of a barn. There are stone pillars there, the remnants of a foundation going there, and then this is piled up, and there is what appears to have once been a barn bridge right there. And I'm standing on some big pillars of rock right here. Now, see, there's old foundation stones over there. And again, big old apple trees in this area. So, almost positive this was the site of a barn. Now, you can see the vegetation is up way too much to swing. So I'm going to head up there now and look for what I thought was a disturbance that could have been a smaller foundation, probably the house. So let's head up that way and we will see what we can find. So far, so good. Today's been profitable. We can definitely come back in here in the spring when all this vegetation is down and get some halfway decent swinging. So I'm excited. This is great. So I parked my car down there, walked up here. We walked over. We found those two things were way over there on the other side of the old road. Let's see. We walked in this stone row, found that barn foundation. So the barn foundation is right there, which means up here in this direction, I'm going to fan out. It looks like there's a small stream over there, and it looks like one, and possibly, I'm guessing that right there was the house. You can yell at your screen if you see me getting distracted, but this is the direction we're going in. Find the foundation, Mackie. All right, so there's the little stream going right down through there. So I'm guessing. Oh, I see a surface. Find right here. Here's a big. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That, I'm guessing, was part of a big cook stove. Cast iron. Here's another part of the frame right here. This would have been where the burners were. Ah, that is fantastic. Okay. So we know we're in the neighborhood. Level spot there, built up a little bit. Possibly. All right, we'll keep on looking. Mac has located the stream, and I don't blame him for doing that. It is stinking hot and muggy. And there, my friends, is the foundation. Right there. So this was the house. Right here. 90-degree corners. Wow, that was a long time ago. That's an 85-year-old cherry tree growing out of the foundation. That one was cut down by loggers. Unbelievable. Here is a 90-degree corner right here. And you know, except for that old cook stove, I don't see a bunch of junk laying around that other detectors have found, although I don't know that I've ever hunted a spot that hasn't been hunted before. I only find what other guys have missed. Well, I came up with a brick with no mark on it, but it's very uneven. It looks old. We found these bits of clay, and then this appears to be this is exactly, it doesn't appear to be, it is one of the tops of the stove. And there would have been a small handle like this you could put down in and lift it up. The fire was underneath here. So that was off the kitchen stove. Well, we know there was a house here because stoves just didn't get put out in the middle of the woods. You know, it's funny, I have to put that muddy dog back in my Volvo. Now, I don't feel too bad about it because it's a 1995, but the leather interior will never be the same after Mac the digging dog jumps in there all covered with mud. All right, I'll snoop around here a little bit and then look for that smaller depression that we saw on LiDAR. Oh, look at that. Oh, I'll bet you that was a spout of a fancy copper teapot. Matt got into a porcupine. Oh, buddy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh boy, his tongue's full of them. Well, I guess we found a little bit more than we wanted to. You can't blame a dog for chasing a wild animal, but when it's a porcupine, the porcupine wins. So we're calling it a day. We did find a few things, and we definitely will be back to this area in the spring. And hopefully I can bring somebody back with me and see what we can find. But until then, we located the area, and we found at least 2 home sites. So we'll be back for sure. Now it's time to do a little first aid on my digging dog, Mackie. Remember that if you're not looking for it, you will not find it, and we'll catch you next time right here on History in the Hand.